everybody, welcome. My name is Nate Caywood, and today we're talking about the golden rule of thumb of indie filmmaking. Okay, so it starts with this old adage that sort of circles around film sets, and it goes like this: fast, cheap, and good. You can only have two. So this rule of thumb, or template, is used to understand the distribution and allocation of resources in the production of your film. And those resources could be any number of things. It could be money, a location, actors, it could be time. So the underlying idea of this concept is that you as a filmmaker have to decide and prioritize what is important to you in the delivery of the final product. Do you have a deadline that you have to meet with no exception? Do you have an artistic vision that you must achieve? Do you have a budget that you absolutely cannot go beyond? These are the questions that only you as a filmmaker can answer. Okay, so here's a quick disclaimer. Yes, this is a rule of thumb. Of course, rules can be broken, and yes, there are exceptions to the rules. Okay, and quickly, before you even say, that's not true, like, I shoot stuff all the time by myself, and it looks really good. I shoot it like super fast. Yes, that may be true. However, I would contest that you are actually sacrificing in this triangle fast. Because by virtue of you doing everything yourself, it means that you are taking the time to do each step. You have to unpack and build the camera yourself versus a camera assistant. If you want to bring a light to set, you physically need to put it on the set, as opposed to a gaffer doing it, and so on and so forth, and every little step that you are doing yourself. So even though you make really high quality films on your own for very little money, I would contest that you're sacrificing speed. And if quality isn't an issue for you, then just shoot a TikTok or an Instagram reel or something on Snapchat and seriously just put it out. Like, that's the cheapest, quickest, easiest way to make a film and to get it out to an audience. And there's nothing wrong with that. To shoot things with high quality and to shoot them quickly, you need help. You need the resource of human labor, and human labor costs money. It just does. The budget is the problem, but you still want to make a really good looking product. It's just going to take you some time. I always go into every production thinking it's going to take a long time because my priority is the highest quality for the cheapest amount of money. Because the truth is, no matter what your budget is, it's never really enough. Okay, so for those of you who are familiar with the channel, you will recognize Echo, who is my writing and directing partner. And I wanted to give you guys a real world example of how we discuss the ratio of fast, good, and cheap for our own projects. So here's a quick snippet of a music video that we wrote and directed to accompany his debut album. It's called Running Away.
But you better run fast. When you're relaxed and distracted, protracted, extracted, and blasted, they catch up with your past. Don't be a pacifist, laugh at this fastest, get asses, kid, ratchet licks, never gonna last. Just got that hack it and pack that shit, rack the whips, activists, last in this ghetto with the blast. Put the pedal to the metal in the vessel, keep it level, but some treble, put the devil in the little box. But be careful, get embezzled with the special that a rebel or the rebels when they coming for the head of pop. What if it was Pops? Chain in the back, cause he low when he shot. Pain in the back from the rolls that he flop. Till the chance drop, now you old and you rot. Fuck the shit now. I be running now with Kemi, now we gunning in the Kemi. When we bumping to my man, and now we hopping to the phantom, getting high with the cannabis. I wonder if she handed this, no matter who I'm standing with, the ducking from the panic. And she froze up like a mannequin with parts of it from mannequin. Her feelings started vanishing, the spots that she was handling. Never wonder why I keep on running from the damaging. Almost up on life from all the knowledge she was brandishing.
So we didn't have a huge budget for this music video. We were financing it ourselves, and so we were really trying to save as much money as possible. We knew that we wanted him to be running. We knew that we wanted to shoot it in black and white. We knew that we wanted it to feel quite cinematic. We ended up shooting on the LA River bike path. We ended up scouting the location 3 times before we shot, weeks apart, because we wanted to see what traffic looked like as far as like bicyclists were concerned around the time that we wanted to shoot. We wanted to see what it was like a couple hours after we were done shooting to make sure that we felt safe being there. You know, if we wanted to do it fast, we would have gotten permits through the city of LA, which cost money, and they would have had us shut down the part of the bike path that we wanted to shoot on, which would have required police officers, and we would have had to pay their salaries. And honestly, we just didn't have the money to do it that way. You know, we were really deliberate in the time that we shot and the time that we took to figure out when we could shoot so that we could try and steal the shot by stealing the location. And that's what we did. And it didn't work out. We ended up having some technical difficulties with the camera rig on the night of shooting. We had shot about half of the night. We ended up having to cancel the rest of the shoot, and we came back a couple weeks later to do pickup shots to get the rest of what we needed for the music video. But again, that's prioritizing the cheapness of the production, because if we needed to do it fast, we couldn't have rescheduled that shoot. We would have just needed to call a rental house and have them send us another camera, and that would have been a lot more money. So we chose to cancel the shoot on the day that we had the problem and come back another day and do pickup shoots. And then it worked out. Look, this is like sort of an old school way of thinking of filmmaking. The three things that we were talking about, it's not as simple as just saying you only get two of these three. Because the truth is you get all three of them. It's just a balancing act of which is the priority in the moment. And it's your job as a filmmaker to be consistently figuring out that balance between speed and quality and the budget, while maintaining a safe set. Because safety is a priority. Because you do not want to be the filmmaker who had somebody get hurt on their set. Because then it may be harder to crew up your next film. I guess why I wanted to introduce this concept to you, everybody out there, is because when I first heard this adage, it was really early on in my filmmaking journey. And I think it gave me great insight into what is important in filmmaking. Because being a filmmaker is about being thrifty and creative and figuring out how to tell the story you want to tell, the way you want to tell it, with the resources you have. Thanks again for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And I can't wait to talk to you next week. Cheers.